Very good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to this course on applied thermodynamics. So, today talk is various approaches or various processes involved in thermodynamics, like macroscopic approach and a microscopic approach. We will study the basic differences between these two, like macroscopic and microscopic viewpoints. And similarly, various basic concepts of thermodynamics, basics of thermodynamics, like thermodynamic equilibrium, what is state, property, okay, how to classify these properties, and various processes, and quasi-static process, and irreversible process. So this is the main agenda of today session. Today's session. Okay, previously you try to recall in first lecture, we are discussed that very basic principles and how the civilization will start, how that heat will produced, how that heat will generated by the humans, various background civilization methods. Okay, those concepts we are discussed very previously. Similarly, thermodynamic system and various systems of thermodynamics. Okay, so you'll try to recall those concepts. You try to recall those concepts. Now, question is question is, what is macroscopic and microscopic viewpoint? Okay, what is macroscopic and microscopic viewpoint? Okay, now I can share with you this entire screen. See this. Yes. Macroscopic, macroscopic and microscopic processes in thermodynamics. See, we know that, okay, we know that basic principle of this thermodynamics system. See, for example, this is like one thermodynamic system. If heat will supply to the system or work done by the system, okay, W, okay, Q amount of heat will supply to the system. Similarly, W is input, heat is output. Okay, W is input, heat is output. For example, in compressor, you need to supply some amount of external work or some amount of external source. You need to require some amount of mechanical work. Then it will convert it into the form of heat like Q. Okay, so it helps that mechanical energy, that compressor, entire that gases will compress it. Exit is that high pressure and high temperature gases will release it by this compressor. So this is Q is that means here work done on the system and heat rejected by the system. So this case, that example is like compressor. Okay, compressor. Now another thing is that heat and work interactions. So this heat, for example, in turbines, you need to supply some amount of heat energy. Okay, that heat will produced by this boiler or any other device. So that heat will enters into the steam turbines or whatever it. The turbine will generate some mechanical energy. So here input is heat and output is work. So that heat energy will converted into the form of mechanical energy. These are the heat and work interactions. Heat and work interactions. Okay. So later on, we'll try to discuss all these things like sign conversion of heat and work, everything. Before, see here, question is what is macroscopic and microscopic approach. See in thermodynamic system, the macroscopic approach, that means the thermodynamics, does not require to knowledge of the behavior of individual particles. So it is difficult also. Okay. So this is called as classical thermodynamics. Okay, classical thermodynamics. Okay, classical thermodynamics means the macroscopic. Okay, if any thermodynamic system or any thermodynamic device, that study of thermodynamics is that does not require a knowledge of a behavior of individual particles. Now, this type of approach or this type of thermodynamics is called as classical thermodynamics. Okay, more elaborate more elaborate approach based on the average behavior of large groups of individual particles. Okay, a more elaborate approach based on the average behavior or based on the average behavior of large groups, okay, maximum groups and large groups of individual particles or individual molecules is called as statistical thermodynamics. Okay, we are discussed the entire this course only in classical thermodynamics. Okay, classical thermodynamics. I hope you understand what I'm saying right now. Once again, I can repeat that macroscopic approach is to the study of thermodynamics that does not require to knowledge at the behavior of individual particles is called as classical thermodynamics. A more elaborate, any thermodynamic problem or any thermodynamic device, a more elaborate approach based on the average behavior of large groups of an individual particles is called as statistical thermodynamics. Okay, now question is, you can see here, so this is the system. Then macro and microscopic means, for example, see here, inside system have some molecules. Okay, some molecules like this, individual molecules and individual atoms. Macroscopic, just now I said that macroscope, that means thermodynamics does not require that individual study. Okay, thermodynamics is does not require to analyze or to analysis to individual or micro level or statistical level. Okay, in macroscopic means, okay, for example, if you're considering in any thermodynamic system like this, you need to study at or okay, you need to select one space inside the system. You will try to you will try to analyze that particular space, okay, that atoms and molecules or some energies, okay, everything like here, internal energy. So you need to study at particular space. Okay, it does not require to analyze the individual molecules or individual atoms inside the system. Okay, if you required, if you need to analyze inside the system have an individual molecules in large amount of systems, that is called as statistical thermodynamics. That is also called as statistical or micro level. But it is impossible in thermodynamics, this type of approach, this macroscopic approach. Impossible means it is very difficult to analyze that each and individual molecular analysis. Okay, that macroscopic approach is to be easy to analyze, to examine, easy to determine those analysis. Okay, you need to select particular region. Okay, you need to analyze inside a particular region only. Okay, you need to study inside these molecules. Okay, you need not to study about all these things or all the individual molecules or individual nodules. Okay, for example, we'll try to give one common example. Okay, usually, for example, manufacturing process. Okay, for example, dusts or chalk piece manufacturing process. So you know very well that any industry, the quality inspectors and quality engineers and manufacturing engineers, okay, all are combined together in that manufacturing process. So I just want to order at 100 desks, okay, or 100 chalk pieces. Now that quality like microscopic, so that in manufacturing process in 100 dusts or 100 chalks, the quality inspectors will check randomly like 99th number and 56th number and 8th number and 26th number, like that. Okay, like that. Few numbers will selected, then they are analyzed only that few pieces like 99th piece and 56th and 26th and 8, similarly some other number, like you need to pick up randomly. Okay, you need to pick up that randomly. Okay, those pieces you need to analyze. If they are good, we simply report is that 100 out of 100 are quality. Okay, you simply written that quality inspection. Okay, see, these 100 pieces is selected. Okay, these are the good quality pieces. So this type of approach is called as macro level approach. See, in even industry also they are following this classical method, not in statistical method. Okay, because that each and every unit you need to analyze, or every unit you need to inspect that quality, it will take much time, and it will that money, that initial cost will increase. That inspection cost will increase. It will take much time. Okay, time is a very essential factor in manufacturing industries. Okay, essential factor in manufacturing industries. So you need to study that random. You need to pick up that randomly some pieces. You need to study those pieces. Okay, if those pieces are good, okay, then all these remindings are okay, it's a quality pieces. You need to simply select that sanction that out of 100 is quality. So this is a common example I just want to give that usually. So I hope you understand clearly. So that means here you need to study each and every individual molecules. That approach is called as statistical thermodynamics. Okay, it is called as microscopic viewpoint. Okay, you need to study that. You need to pick up randomly those uh, particles randomly. You analyzed that molecules in that particular region. So that type of approach is called like classical thermodynamics or macroscopic thermodynamics. Okay, so in thermodynamics, it does not require this individual molecule studies. Okay, large systems have that individual molecule studies are does not required. So we are focusing entire in this course in classical thermodynamics only, not in statistical thermodynamics. Okay, so this is the brief difference between these macroscopic and microscopic approaches. Macroscopic and microscopic approaches. Now we will move on. Next concept is thermodynamics equilibrium. Okay, thermodynamic equilibrium. See, thermodynamic equilibrium. See, equilibrium means, for example, see, again, it considered like a system, thermodynamic system. See, equilibrium means, so here, that whether it is forces or uh, forces are in properties like temperature and all these properties or chemically. So all these, it will comes it an equilibrium position. It will comes it an equilibrium position, whether it is mechanical forces or thermal properties or chemical. Okay, these are will come in an equilibrium position. Like, so those properties like thermal properties like pressure, temperature, and all thermal properties, or all mechanical properties like force and all remaining mechanical properties, all the chemical properties, that is that chemical reactions does not change with respect to time. Okay, that will it, so that process is called as thermodynamic equilibrium process. Equilibrium means with respect to time, it does not change with respect to time. Those will come into an equilibrium position. Okay, for example, uh, if you take a flask, like, see this flask. Okay, so a flask. So you need to fill up with water. Okay, you need to fill up with hot water. You need to fill up with hot water. Okay. So initially the temperature will vary. Okay, because so this is interaction between that heat will interaction between this system. That heat will interaction between this system and surrounding. That heat will interaction between system and surrounding. So those properties like temperature, that is not fixed. It will comes an equilibrium position. So it will vary between the system to surrounding or surrounding to system. So once after few minutes, okay, you need to tight this top of this flask, cup of this top of this flask, like this is the flask. Okay, so this is the flask, so this top, okay, I need to fill up with water in inside this flask. So initially those that means that heat will transfer between system to surrounding and surrounding to system. after a few minutes, I just want to tighten up this uh, cap of this flask. After a few minutes, inside this water temperature it will it will reach at an equilibrium position. So that is called as equilibrium. So in this equilibrium, so those properties will not change in inside the system. So for example, this is system, okay, have some properties like mechanical properties, thermal properties, and chemical property. Those will not change with respect to time. So that is called as that entire system will it comes an equilibrium position. Okay, so these equilibrium systems can be classified into three ways. One is thermal equilibrium, thermal equilibrium, thermal equilibrium. Second one, mechanical equilibrium, mechanical mechanical equilibrium. Third one, chemical equilibrium, chemical equilibrium. So these are the three classifications of equilibrium systems: thermal equilibrium system, mechanical equilibrium system, chemical equilibrium system. See, this thermal equilibrium system means, so those thermal properties like temperature, pressure will not change with respect to time in entire the system is called thermodynamic equilibrium. So that system is called as thermal equilibrium. That system it will comes in an equilibrium position. So that system, so that temperature and pressure, okay, especially in the temperature and pressure, will not varying. Okay, it does not varying with respect to time is called as thermal equilibrium. Mechanical equilibrium means that forces is fixed. Okay, that force is fixed. That force is does not change with respect to time. Temperature and pressure does not change with respect to time. Okay, here that chemical reactions does not occur during this entire process. So that system is called as chemically equilibrium system. Okay, so thermal equilibrium means that pressure and temperature is does not change. Okay, those are it will comes an equilibrium position. Mechanical means those forces is does not change with respect to time. So that system will comes at an equilibrium position. So that system is called as mechanically equilibrium system. Chemically means there is no reactions in between the in between this particular time. So that chemical properties will fixed. So that is called as chemically equilibrium system. Chemically equilibrium system. So these are the thermodynamic equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium, chemical equilibrium, and macro and microscopic approaches. Now, what is state and property? See, state and property and process. Okay, state, property, process. If any system like this, for example, again, I just want to draw this one more system. That molecules, for example, this is state one, this is state two. State mean it is a representation of these properties in inside the system is called state. Okay, the properties will represent an individual positions is called state, is called thermodynamic state. Okay, now question is process. See if these properties will varying from state 1 to state 2 or state 2 to state 1. So this line is represent path line. This line is represent path line. Okay, path. So this is called entire path. See, heat and work both are path functions. For example, in PV diagram, you need to draw this simply that heat and work relations like this. Okay, heat and work. This is representation of heat. This is representation of work. These two are path lines. Okay, these two are path lines, path. Okay, point, these functions is called as heat and work, both are the path functions. So there is a very important relation in the view of in gate exam also. So this heat and work are both are path functions, both are path functions. Some properties you need to indicate it only point wise, okay, only point, like the representation. So with respect to state, those are the varying. Okay, so here that property will be different. This property, that property will value is different. This point, that property value is different. So these are the state points. So this function is called as point function. Okay, some properties you need not to specify it in, like path, like a path line. So those properties you represented in the uh, view of point, in the view of representation of this point line. So this is called as point function. This is called as point function. You need to specify that individual points in entire the system or entire the cycle is called as point function. But in path function, see that heat cannot represented in this way. Okay, work is cannot represented in this way. So this heat and work both are the path functions. Both are the path functions. Now process means that properties will change or will maybe change or may not be changed. That intermediate states between the two intermediate values between the two states is called as one process. So process means these properties will changing from state 1 to state 2 or state 2 to state 1. So this entire process, this uh, entire system is sorry, this entire process. So this is called as process. So from state 1 to state 2 or state 2 to state 1, those properties will vary. Okay, so for example, pressure is here high, here pressure will reduced, temperature may be high, temperature will reduce. So that properties like pressure and temperature or any thermodynamic properties will changing from two intermediate states. So that is called as one thermodynamic process. One thermodynamic process. Okay, here cyclic process and a reversible process and irreversible process. This is the question. Okay, you know process. What is process? Next question should come that what is cyclic process, what is reversible process, and what is irreversible process. See, okay. So this is state one, this is state two, state 1 and state 2. So here that properties will varying from state 1 to state 2. Again that cycle will starts from state 2 to state 1. Okay. So once that cycle is completed, that process is finished. Entire this process is called as cyclic process. Okay. Entire this process is called as cyclic process, where itself that process will start in initially, that process will ends at an initial position. So that process it will ends at an initial state is called as one cycle. So this is the process. So entire cycle is involved in some process. So that is called as cyclic process. So cyclic process. Cyclic process is very important. Here reversible and irreversible process. So this is called a cyclic process. Now question is what is reversible and what is irreversible? See, this is state 1, this is state 2. Okay, those properties will varying from state 1 to state 2 without, this is called as process. Okay, this is called as process. Process. Okay, I can represent with direction also. The direction is very important. Now question is what is reversible process? Without change. Okay, the path line does not change. So same path, So those properties again will varying from state 2 to state 1. So this is called as without change of path, state 2 to state 1. So that process is called as reversible process. That process is called as reversible process. Okay, though see, initially pressure is max, somewhat pressure. So from state 1 to state 2, that pressure will reduce. So one process is finished. Again, those properties will increasing from state 2 to state 1, state 2 to state 1 with with same path line, with same path line. If path will change, that process is not reversible process. Okay, for example, so ultimately those properties will be varying from state 2 to state 1 like this, for example. Okay, you can imagine this process will happen like this, happening like this. So this process is called as not reversible process. This is only reversible process. This is called as irreversible process. Irreversible process means that path will change, but reversible process, path does not change. Path does not change. Path does not change. Okay. For example, usually, again, I consider small example. See, this is in our college. This is in our home. Okay. At early morning, one day at early morning, uh, you travel. Okay, you traveled from our home to college like this. It will take 1 hour time. So one process is finished. Again, after 4:30 or after in our college hours. Okay, it's same road. Okay, it's same road. Again, you traveled from college to home. Okay, college to home. It's same line. So this process is called as a reversible process. Reversible process. Okay, so some students are it is ultimate aim. I want to reach my home, but yes, several ways is there. So I just want to go in this way. I just want to go in this way. So here it will take only half an hour time. Most of the students are today in busy with studies. So usually those are time is very nowadays that time is very essential factor, so that time constraint is very important. So I need to travel in this route, so it will take only half an hour time, just I will reach in my home. So see, that path line will change, but ultimately uh, you will reach in your home to college or college to home, but path lines is different. So if path line will change, so this process is called as irreversible process. Irreversible. Okay. Irreversible process. So this is called as irreversible. Irreversible process. So this is reversible process. This is irreversible process. Now, finally, uh, today talk is quasi-equilibrium or quasi-static process. I just want to draw this piston and cylinder arrangement. See, this is piston and cylinder arrangement. Okay. So here piston rings. Okay. And some material. So it is only purpose of this reducing contacting area. So reducing friction. So this material purpose is to reducing that friction. So obviously this does not contact with the cylinder walls. So this is the arrangement. I just want to kept a few weights, few slides in top of this piston like this. See, I can arrange around 4 weights like this. Okay, so as a thermal engineer, you need to focus on these properties, like initially this pressure P1, volume V1, temperature T1 usually. So this is called boundary line. So like control volume. So this is called as control volume. This entire region is represent control volume. Control volume. Okay, control volume. Now, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See here, if you want to remove all these weights, what will happening here? If you want to remove all these weights, okay, that entire circuit is look like this. Okay, see, sorry, one more thing here. See, this is the piston and cylinder arrangement. So here stops. These two are the stops. These two are represent stops. See, once you remove all these weights, all these one, weight 1, weight 2, weight 3, weight 4, what will happen? This piston will reach. So these two are the stops. The piston will reach suddenly in this position. Is it right? As up to that stops, that piston will travel from bottom dead center to this top dead center, TDC. This is BDC, bottom dead center to top dead center. So here process is occurring like that volume increase, spread decrease. So this is the PV diagram in this particular case. So if all these weights remove suddenly, this piston will reach up to the states, up to the stops. So obviously that space will increase, that means volume will increase, so pressure automatically reduced. So initial pressure is something, the final pressure is something, but in volume will see, you can see this entire circuit, that volume will change. Okay, that volume will change. For example, here, so this is PV diagram. So here volume is less, so compared to initial state, volume will increase, so pressure will drop. See, this is V1, this is V2, this is P2. Okay. And one more thing here, if you want to remove, if you want to remove this first slide, okay, first weight, that piston will reach, that piston will travel TDC. Okay, if you want to remove this weight, okay, if you want to remove this first weight, this piston will displaced, very small displacement. Okay, after a few minutes, again this system, it will comes an equilibrium position. Then second weight is removed, again piston will move very small distance. After a few minutes, again it will comes an equilibrium position. Next, same process will continue, that removing all these weights. So what will happen? This piston will slowly moving from this BDC to TDC. It will reaching this position, but those properties are will not change, because it will take, if intermediate process, intermediate states, like state initial weight to final weight, or final weight initial state, weight 1 to weight 2, weight 2 to weight 3, weight 3 to weight 4. So for example, weight 1 is the one system state, and weight 2 is another state, weight 3 is another state, weight 4 is another state, like this. See, pressure and volume diagram. pressure and volume diagram. So initially state 1, so it will remove, piston will remove, sorry, weight will remove, so it will move, it will displaced TDC, so small distance, small amount of distance, so that will vary. Again removal, second weight, third weight, fourth weight, so it is very small. Okay, so that varying, property varying also is because have little bit, it will take some time and intermediate processes. Okay, between these intermediate process, it will take much time, so that entire system it will comes an equilibrium position. So this is called as quasi quasi equilibrium position. Equilibrium position. So English meaning quasi means almost. Yes, almost equal, equilibrium, but not equilibrium. Almost in equilibrium. So that is, this process is called as quasi equilibrium process. Quasi equilibrium process. So entire this process is represented with PV diagram. So like this. Step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, 6, so like that. Okay, so these are the important concepts, basic concepts in this particular course. So we'll try to recall in today's session is we are discussing that macroscopic and microscopic approaches and thermodynamic uh, equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium and chemical equilibrium, and state properties, okay, process and quasi equilibrium, and reversible and irreversible process. Properties means, so in thermodynamics, the two properties like intensive and extensive properties. Intensive properties means independent of the mass, and extensive properties means depending on the mass. Depending on the mass. So thank you, and next session we will discuss some more concepts of this basics of thermodynamics. Thank you.